Hello and welcome back to Money Never Sleeps. My name is Timur from M&A Wealth. If you'd like more information about what you hear during the show, give us a call at 866-973-3627 or visit us online at mnawealth.com. And while at my website, click on the page to check out past shows and subscribe on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Today we're going to talk about a topic that may impact just about everyone who has a retirement account, especially if you've ever changed jobs or if you might in the future, and that's 401k fees. Now, fees don't sound like the most exciting subject in the world, but here's the reality. We believe fees are one of those quiet little leaks in the boat that can slowly drain your retirement savings without you even realizing it. And when you change jobs, that leak can sometimes get bigger without you knowing. A USA Today article, Changing Jobs, How to Protect Your 401k from Hidden Fees, does a great job explaining this. So today I want to break it down in plain English, give you some practical steps you can take, and show you how to keep more of your hard-earned money working for you. Let's start with something simple. Every 401k plan has fees. There's no way around that. But what many people don't realize is that those fees can shift once you leave a job. Sometimes your old employer has been covering certain administrative costs while you're on the payroll. The moment you walk out the door, those costs may get handed right back to you. And the tough part is, most people don't notice. It's not like you get a big flashing warning sign. Instead, you might just see something like a $4.55 monthly maintenance fee quietly deducted. Doesn't sound like a big deal, right? But according to the article, if that goes on over the course of a career, it could add up to more than $17,000 loss. That's $17,000 for just a little maintenance fee. That's a number most people would be shocked to hear. And that's why I always tell people, know what you're paying. Because every dollar you send out the door in fees is one less dollar growing and compounding for your future. So what can you do? The first practical step is to get your hands on your 401k fee schedule. This is a document that lays out the costs you're paying, whether it's with your old plan at a previous job or a new one at your current employer. Those details are located in the plan documents. They may not exactly be easy Sunday afternoon reading, but they are required to exist. In fact, your employer is required by law to provide this information. Sometimes it's labeled a 404, a 5-fee disclosure, though it might go by a slightly different name depending on the plan. You can usually find it on your plan's website. And if that's confusing or frustrating, just call your HR department or plan administrator and they can get it for you. The bottom line is this: you deserve to know what you're paying. Now, once you have that fee schedule, here comes what we feel is the intimidating part, because these fees show up under all kinds of different names. You'll probably see things like transaction fees, investment management fees, mutual fund expense ratios, administrative fees, individual service fees, and sometimes even fancier sounding terms like sub-transfer agent fees or distribution costs. If it sounds like a charge, it probably is. That's my rule of thumb. And don't worry if it feels overwhelming. Most people don't sit around studying these documents for fun. My job is to help you translate that jargon into plain English. That way, you know exactly what you're paying and why. Because the truth is that once you know how to read those disclosures, you can make appropriate choices. Now let's talk solutions. Because while you can't get rid of fees entirely, there are appropriate ways to minimize them. Here are a few strategies for you to consider. Look for lower cost investment options. If a fund has fees greater than about 0.5%, it's worth asking whether it really belongs in your portfolio. Consider index funds or target date funds. These usually carry much lower fees than actively managed funds, and they can be great tools for long-term investors. Use online comparison tools. There are plenty of free resources that let you stack up your plan's fees against similar ones so you can see if you're overpaying. Ask for help. Your HR team or plan administrator can often point you toward lower cost options inside your plan that you might not even know are there. Think about old accounts. If you've left a 401k behind at an old employer, consider rolling it into an IRA. That can give you more flexibility and access to lower cost investments. At the end of the day, 401k fees aren't necessarily hidden, but they can be tricky to track down. And once you know where to look, that knowledge becomes a kind of superpower. It allows you to understand your options, make informed decisions, and choose investments that may have lower fees. One more thing that people often don't realize is that you won't find a single prospectus for your 401k as a whole. Instead, you'll find individual prospectuses for each fund inside your plan. And that word prospectus can sound intimidating, but really it's just a roadmap. It tells you what the fund is about, what its goals are, what you can expect from it, the risks involved, and of course, the fees. Most of these can be found online through your plan's website, but if you're stuck, don't hesitate to reach out to HR or your plan administrator. Once you understand how to read them, prospectuses become incredibly helpful. They give you the knowledge to help choose wisely and to make sure your portfolio is set up to serve your long-term goals. Let's zoom out for a moment. Fees matter because they can quietly chip away at your future, and unlike a bad week in the market, fees are guaranteed. They don't go away when the market goes up, they just keep taking a bite. That's why I say, know what you're paying and make sure your dollars are working as hard as you are. And look, this isn't about avoiding every single fee. That's not realistic. It's about being intentional. It's about making sure you're not overpaying and that you're making informed choices that help support your retirement dreams. If there's one takeaway from today's episode, it's work with your financial services professional to understand all your fees, even the ones that may be in the fine print. Get your fee schedule, learn how to read it, and take advantage of the tools and resources available to you. And remember, you don't have to do this alone. If you have any questions about your retirement magic number, your retirement strategy, or any other parts of your financial strategy, visit my website at mnawealth.com or call my office at 8669-733-627 to discuss how my team might be able to answer your questions and address your concerns. It's our goal to help you prepare for the retirement you've worked so hard for.
Disclosure. All matters discussed during the show are for informational purposes only. Opinions expressed are solely those of M&A Wealth and staff. All topics covered are believed to be from reliable sources. However, M&A Wealth makes no representations as to its accuracy or completeness. This commercial shall in no way be construed as a solicitation to sell securities or advisory services to residents where permitted. Topics should be discussed with your individual advisor prior to implementation. Advisory services offered through M&A Wealth, a registered investment advisor in the state of Texas. Insurance products and services are offered through PNC Life Insurance Agency, an affiliated company. M&A Wealth and PNC Life Insurance Agency are not affiliated with or endorsed by the Social Security Administration or any government agency.